You can kind of feel like the momentum to this playthrough now, huh? Like there was kind of a big, sprawling, non-linear explore everything for a while, then kind of piece together what to actually do after a while. Structure to a few zones. There's like a real tempo now. We're kind of passing from place to place pretty consistently. I'm weirdly having a rhythm today where every episode I end right when I like solve the area and I'm ready to transition to the next one. Like on perfect 30-minute intervals almost. Like, ah, clean. Episodic. Pacing. Hello, columns. Like a passageway over there. This has current blowing out of it. If I want to be able to go the other way, I need to change its direction here.
Broken. I'll have to find another way to go through.
Yeah, that one doesn't work. I did one of these earlier, and I totally feel like I broke it. Like it was supposed to be... I'm pretty sure the first time I encountered one of those, it was blowing outward. And I just kind of forced my way in a bit, and then the game just freaked out and was like, okay, we're doing the sequence now, where you go sliding through, and I'm like, I don't think that was supposed to happen. What did I do? That's like a time limit from left to right. Oh, it's like there. There's a door over there. So my goal is to be able to get there in time, which I assume I can't do. Now it goes that way. Woo! Oh, but this one's going the wrong way. So if I can set it all up, it'll probably take me to the exit really quickly. This feels a little unnecessary because it's just kind of like the same puzzle mechanic over and over again. Like, it's actually not, like the tunnels don't change, so it's just the same solution every time. Hey buddies. Look how glowy they are. Oh. No, they're dead. Evil god, fish people and fish. People, fish people, fish. When she had the weird comment about these people, about everything, all the life here welcoming her, which I don't know what she was referring to necessarily, because I don't remember that happening, but was she talking about how, like, look how silly they look. Maybe it's the idea that all the slaves eventually just became actual fish? It's such a big sprawling area that I could totally miss stuff here. It could take a while to explore. Is that the whole puzzle though? That might be the whole chamber. It might just be that puzzle. When I saw how big and complicated the room was, I was a little worried I'd have to like carefully search it all. Here's a fish people house.
The sunken continent. Was that their punishment?
Atlantis?
So these creatures are immortal?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't catch up with that sooner, but What does Nazcal mean? I thought Nazgul referred to the fish people, but they're like, we're not Nazgul, we're water animals now. Maybe the fish people are Nazgul. Maybe the immortals are the fish. Maybe these are all the immortal fish people. Like, people that are now fish. That's supposed to me, a fish person. Because they said that their masters were also Nazgul. And then masters also look like they are fish people.
This looks like an altar dedicated to two figures. I can hear them talking to me.
Looks like there still is some decent exploration to go do if you want to find everything. But it's a little hard to tell. It's disorienting. Those are the two huts I've been in. We might still be done-ish.
This underwater town is a beautiful place, but it has also seen a lot of suffering. All the island is that way. Beautiful but dangerous. The danger does not seem to affect me, though.
I saw that earlier. Is this underwater? It is. This purple passage.
There's another one of those gates.
But I can't reach it, it seems. Unless there's a way around. That's the underside of a waterfall, yeah. It's so odd, but kind of interesting to have basalt columns, a thing that I've been practically memeing on as a concept for like years at this point. To play a game where the basalt columns themselves are like an organism, basically, like they're growing. They don't just exist by happenstance, they're willed into being, and they spread. Am I capable of getting out of the water? No. But there is a whole passage here. You definitely gotta wonder when that's gonna come into play. And here we go.
Oh, I made it.
And then I get locked in here, so sure hope I have what I need. Or you're all going to die down here. There it is. I think I'm safe to move on because I got an achievement during that last
My
pool.
illness has kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick. I feel full of life and energy, even better than before my illness.
I think Call of the Sea just said trans rights. She felt ill until she changed. And now she's the opposite of sick. Probably not the cleanest read given the horrifying nature of the story. It'd be interesting if whenever she came back into this form, you saw her like hobble and stumble and cough. Since she's apparently worse off in this state. highlight more and more how she's so free and healthy in the other form and miserable in this one. Despite the idea that she would intuitively want to be here. Am I like clipped into this? Kind of. So I can press this again to raise the water level, I think. Is that what I want? Yep, there's water. This may be the tunnel I was looking at earlier. So maybe to continue I need to be able to walk down there? No, because wait. But this raises the water level, doesn't it? I'd have to lower it to go deeper into the water. Or will it lower? It lowers more. They had to do, so every time they did the...
Now the water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel.
Every time they wanted to change the water level, they had to do that whole process, apparently. Seems like a bit of a commitment.
These creatures lived like slaves. All their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've lived all your life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner?
Having an outside force that clearly dominates you and refuses to let you leave and constricts you against your will. I feel like you can still be aware of that even if you have always lived that way. It'd be one thing if they just lived here. That's really beautiful. Check out that wallpaper. It actually is a good wallpaper. Except for the little dot in the middle. But, imagine... like, if this was Skyloft from Skyward Sword. Just an isolated community. They got used to the idea that that's just what the world was. And that's all there was. And if you went below the clouds, there just was... you just couldn't go that way. There was nothing there for you. So, like, if they just existed here, and they were trapped, but they could survive and all that, and that was just their world, they could just get used to that idea. And maybe they'd ponder what was up beyond the top of this pit, the same way someone ponders what's beyond the sky in normal world, but less substantial. But no, they explicitly had slavers and whatnot, so I think that's really kind of unambiguous. They should have been pretty aware that they were being chained. So this is the button I pressed, and that's the beginning of the path I went through, the Superman 64 rings. Ah, I was trying... that's why I was trying to lower the water levels so I could get through this tunnel with the broken dial. I could not...
I can enter this tunnel.
I could not reverse the current direction. Sup? At first I thought I had to just kind of feel it out and guess, but honestly, you just press it when it goes to the gold part. Like the halfway point of this thing is even marked by this transition from gray to gold, so you just press this one when it reaches that. And it really consistently works.
This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me.
I mean, this entire game has been you surrendering yourself to a strong current, but like metaphorically. It feels like we're being swallowed. The rippling The weird, like, rippling sort of cartilage and muscle pattern of the walls looks like a throat. Is this game so beautiful because... No, 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 no. Okay, that was just a giant squid. I mean, giant squids are a problem still. That's dangerous, but it wasn't necessarily a Lovecraft monster. It looked like it was just a giant squid. Look at us go. I do wonder if the prettiness of this is just the idea that, like, surrendering yourself to the call of being an Innsmouther or whatever is just so seductive. Oh, it's chugging. Oh, fatal error. Yeah, Unreal Engine 4 has crashed. Oh. Well. That's awkward. Have we made it?
That was quite a ride, but it's over now.
You get a strong sense that this is a point of no return. Which is kind of how this tends to go, I guess. You pass a series of point of no returns where I was gonna say you come back changed, but you usually don't come back at all. Are we ever gonna find our husband? I don't know if we will. I feel like we made it as far as they ever did. And then we just kept going. I don't think this place is gonna let us go. Those pillow basalts?
That ladder. Someone set up camp in here.
Yeah, those are pillow basalts, aren't they? Same sort of makeup as the basalt columns, kind of. I believe they're basically caused... It's been a while. I think it's caused when you have lava flow into the ocean, and so it keeps hardening into rock, like node by node, while it's flowing outward, and it kind of bulges outward, but keeps getting cooled by the ocean. It's been a while. I think that's how pillow basalts work. I haven't thought about that for a while. Lava meeting water is fucking crazy. It's like explosive. Such a significant temperature difference.
Looks like a means of transportation to get to that sanctuary.
All hail the Star Rock. Are they sacrifices? Or just worshippers? There's a lot of directions, it looks like.
Seems to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death?
They look like they're running. Like what, you try to escape and you die, or you submit and you transform or something? Is it a choice? Or like a coin toss? Like being a Grey Warden. There's a floating hole in the world right there. I don't go out of my way to look for them, I just spot them all the time. Places where the assets don't quite line up, so you see a gap through them. Rope and candles. And that, wait, and a ladder? Did they find another way in again? Don't crash. Don't crash. Okay. What? I'm taking these long ass paths and they're just finding fucking openings?
This. Oh my god. Did I almost forget about Harry?
What?
The sun is setting. It is so beautiful.
I guess this is why we had to go to the top of a mountain. So they could explain how I would keep going deeper and deeper and yet there'd still be ways for them to get in. This is definitely very funny to me. That we're going deeper and deeper and we're having to transform and do all this stuff to get in here. And Harry's just finding holes. He's just finding holes in the rock and just walking in. He's done it multiple times now. Really undercuts the mysticism and all the, like, rite of passage and puzzle solving when he just keeps... He exploded that hatch, and then he rock slided that other place, and then he just kind of climbed down here and just found a cave that was just here, I guess? Like... This is a fun detail. They set up a little bench because they knew how beautiful this was. This right here. Here's another wallpaper moment. That's pretty well framed, actually. But the question is, did he set that up because it was just so beautiful he had to sit there? Or was it when he gave up? There's some floating grass. Did he just have to give up at I think his final hope was gone, so he just sat there? Was this a final shelter they tried to take? Because he seemingly had already given up before. Like, was this just a place where he tried to take shelter since they seem to be stuck living here forever?
Harry, that look on your face. You look deranged.
Oh.
They seem to loathe each other.
I can't stand your lunatic face. I can't stand the noise you make when you eat. I can't stand you. Is the actress the photographer? I'm trying to remember.
She doesn't seem to care much about Harry. And she doesn't seem to be thinking straight either.
Harry's mental decline is more evident each day. He rambles incoherently, talking about some place to carry out some ritual. Okay, this is a little too much. I have to get to the bottom of this. I have to keep doing what I've been doing up to now. Listen to what he has to say and go along with him. I can't stand him, but I have to tread lightly because it's only him and me now, and the black ichor. It's only them now, so their guide is gone. He didn't like being photographed. But did they ever... He didn't die in the rock slide, did he? Let's see, because their engineer was dying of his injuries because it was poisoned. And their guide was still there at the end. And we know he didn't die in the rocks. Well, it seems suggested he didn't die in the rock slide because, well, the one grave there was their engineer, but also their guide, specifically his tent wasn't harmed in the rock slide, which seems to suggest he was protected from that kind of disaster. Did he leave? Boat? Transportation? Looks very strange. Oh, they took that boat, didn't they? The one that makes you sacrificed or whatever.
Somebody painted these symbols on the wall.
Was their guide a get out situation? Is this their number system? So this is 1. 5, 1 makes... Like, this is 5. Maybe not. 1 plus this makes that. That plus 1 is 5. Maybe this is 4? If this is 4, then that's 3? If they're even numbers?
You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance.
They tried to find the water going out? Ruins, useless. Where's the sanctuary? White Sand Beach, Tea Aurora building raft. So he's building the raft. So he's at the White Sand Beach building the raft, which I think might have been where we started. But they're in here. So they decided to go deeper and deeper, but their guide... So their guide didn't necessarily abandon them. Unless he did. I don't know, I was kind of wondering like with the markings he had and how he was protective over them being photographed, it might not just be about the sanctity of them, it might be the idea that like he doesn't want documentation of his grift, because like what if he's like luring people in to get sacrificed or indoctrinated?
My dear old pal, it's only Cass and me now. I have much to thank her for, even if our friendship is worn thin due to hunger and fatigue. If she hadn't insisted so much, we'd never have convinced Tearoa. He guided us as we followed the river down from the mountain peak. And that's how we found this entrance. And the mural. Maybe I can't undo what's happening to you, Norah, but I think I can try to become like you. The original inhabitants of this island took slaves to a sanctuary. And there, they performed a ritual. Tearoa said the ritual was madness, and he didn't want any part of it. He and Cass argued, violently. When we woke up the next morning, he had left. I know it sounds strange, but you have to trust me, my love. I know this is going to work, and we can be together. You understand what that means, don't you, Norah? We have a second chance. With more love than ever, Harry.
Harry? What ritual are you talking about? Why on earth would you want to become like me? Please don't be a fool. You don't even know if that ritual of yours is going to work.
Does she know what is going to happen? The actress. Was she an actress? Wait, is she just a photographer? God, what are these all... Trying to keep the character straight. The guy that died first, he was the actor, wasn't he? Trying to remember. I'm trying to remember why some of these people are here. Was she a writer? I think she was doing research for something. Or she wanted the story, like for the scoop. The background of each character was set up really early on once. And so I've kind of forgotten what a lot of them are. The engineer is reinforced repeatedly of what he does, so it's easy to remember that he was an engineer.
A sanctuary? Harry, was that where you went?
The masters brought their slaves to a sanctuary by boat in order to perform the final stage of the ritual. I'm wondering if the woman knows what Harry's planning. Because it's pretty clear that Harry is trying to... He's given up on curing me, so instead he wants to just become like me so that we can be together forever. But why would she want that? Maybe she still thinks it's some sort of cure? Or maybe she's hoping that just...
Poor people. Is this why I'm changing too?
Maybe she just hopes that any kind of information that comes out might help her escape. Like she might just gain any way out at all. It seems that the sanctuary was where the final stage of the ritual took place. Or maybe she's far gone enough at this point, like the island might be affecting them, that maybe her thoughts just aren't that coherent.
So the guide left the expedition. That would explain the workshop on the White Sand Beach, where I arrived.
But he wasn't there. Monsieur Everhart and Madame Ward. We had plenty of death in this island. I helped you as long as I could, but I won't be an accomplice to this ritual madness. I'm returning to the white sand beach to build a raft and leave this maudite isle. I'll be there if you change your minds, but I won't wait too long. Maurua, Roa, and au revoir. Terror. Maybe he made it. Maybe he's just not there because he actually successfully left. Harry's been drinking. Down we go. Okay. Let's get this started.